last week, we had some big news to announce. So first of all, we announced that we have entered into an agreement with 6apart and are intending to acquire the company. That, of course, is subject to all of the regulatory approval and shareholder vote, but hopefully we'll be closing that soon, and 6apart will be joining us. And as we worked with the team on what that acquisition meant and what the combined offering was going to mean to the market, frankly, it was something that was a much bigger vision than anything that Videoegg had really been about. And so we saw an opportunity to launch under a new name that really spoke to the potential that we saw with the combined offering. And so last week we also announced that we would be relaunching the company under the name Say Media, which really sort of represents all of the independent creators that have been moving out of traditional media, moving online, really sort of letting their passion show through all different kinds of forms of interactivity, whether that's a blog or whether that's a game that somebody has created or a video channel, what have you. We really wanted to sort of be a media company that could help those independent creators build successful businesses online. And so 6apart and Videoegg together really take great ads and everything that we'd done on the ad platform and 6apart's real legacy in independent content creation and the tremendous artists that they were working with and pull great content and great ads together. So we're really excited about what Say is going to represent. We think that as more and more people are building their own audiences, really around their passions and the passion of those audiences, those are all niche brands. The market's going to need to understand how to make all of that work. And so, from a marketer's perspective, trying to figure out what's going on with mobile, with the web, with all of these different content properties that people are starting to migrate toward, with social, with all of the data that's out there, they really needed a partner that could break that down for them. But if you think about it from the perspective of an advertiser, let's take a gaming sort of a gaming company that may want to launch a new title. Being able to work with somebody like Say to sit down with one of our artists in the gaming category, create a whole set of content that their community really connects to, use their expertise to build game reviews or what have you that might really sort of connect with that core audience, and then really scale that up through our ad technology and ad experiences to create beautiful ads that take that content and drive that to a much larger audience on the web. That starts to represent a very, very powerful offering. So, from the advertiser's perspective, that's what it was, a deeper connection to content, a way to connect more with the communities that are really engaging online, and then drive real scale against that because of all of the work that we've done on the ad platform and the great ads that we've built over the last couple of years. From the creator's perspective, you need tools to build content, you need to build an audience, and you need to make a livelihood. And we think that with Say, we can now represent all three. For years, we've been focused on the brand advertiser and their needs and their interests and really sort of in using digital to be very successful connecting with audience. And that started with video and with the ticker and with what that represented. But as we talked with our clients, as we got more feedback in the market, as we sort of watched how media was evolving, we recognized that it was about far more than that. And so we went out of the video onto the page and into all forms of media with what ended up being originally a very rich interactive banner that people could engage with to get into a more immersive brand experience. So it was sort of a lightweight way to get to a microsite or a very deep brand experience, whatever a brand wanted to share with their audience. And they wanted sight, sound, and motion. They needed very rich tools to really create those experiences, and so we gave that to them. And as we evolved through that, what we found very quickly was that media across the web was actually incredibly diverse in the kind of attention it delivered, in the value that it represented for a brand that was trying to get attention. So this wasn't about response and about conversion. It was really about attention and time spent and the entertainment activities that we saw online. And so we launched a cost per engagement pricing model and really committed to pricing models and ways of selling media that were very accountable and understood the attention value that we were delivering for a brand. Starting to bring a level of sort of transparency and accountability to what a brand marketer could rely on the web that we thought was unprecedented at the time. And so we've continued with that. So what you get now is this really great set of ads that give you a blank canvas to tell whatever kind of story you want. So tremendous flexibility for the creative agency and for the brand that's really trying to connect with their audience. And a way to buy that's very accountable and that delivers on performance from an attention perspective in the ways that our brand clients have been telling us they need. So now you have that tremendous ad platform that we've created, and there's a whole suite of products from mobile to online that respond to a whole different set of marketing objectives. And we can layer on top of that now all of our relationships with content owners and with artists that we'll be working with as part of the combined Videoegg 6 Apart story under Say. I think the scope of the company actually might surprise a lot of people. So we're I think something like 345 million uniques globally that we touch as a media company now. We operate in 12 markets in 4 countries. So we're in the UK, we're in Australia, we're in Canada, and we're in the United States. We work with something like 700 different global brand advertisers now. So the client list is really tremendous. And we've seen unprecedented growth over the last 4 years as a company. I think we've doubled every year in the last 4 years. So it's I think the future is very exciting. We're very excited about what 6 Apart and what the content relationships bring to the vision. Say really puts content at the center of what we're trying to do, and this idea of the modern media company, I think is very important and something that all brands need to be paying attention to right now.